Alright, welcome back everybody. I want to welcome you guys to the series. My bad on that, I'm stuttering a little. It's kind of a busy day for me today, but I am recording this video early. Hopefully it'll be up on time today if I can find some time. Video should go up maybe around 2, 3, 4 o'clock at the latest. Um, Long story short, a lot of family stuff today. Just to name a few, my little cousin's baptism, cousin's communion and confirmations. You guys understand. I mean, I'm sure some of you have been through this at some point. So it's a lot of stuff today, so I'm just recording really, really early for everyone. And hopefully, the video will go up on time as soon as I get time to process it and everything. So today we're going to start off with the Tailwind Mawile team. This team has gained some popularity for me. I have given this team away in my Pokemon group, so I'm just saying, I do give away my teams, to lucky people. And let's look for a battle. Hopefully it goes well. And hopefully today goes well too, as we get our first battle with Xbox Bacon VGC. I guess, Xbox Bacon. Why not? I mean, I love an Xbox and I love bacon. Why not both? But yeah, for the most part though, it's just wow, it's taking a while to start here. There it goes. Alright, as you got Raichu, Togekiss, Landorus T, Suicune, Heatran, and Venusaur. Okay, this team might be problematic, but it might not be. I am gonna open with the Gengar, seeing as you can't really fake me out. You can get Tailwinds off, but I'm not too worried about a Tailwind. Gengar is a very, very solid open for me. Next open next to Gengar, I actually am going to, that Raichu is going to prevent me from Thunder Waving just about everything. So I'm actually going to open Gengar Hydreigon. He might fake out Hydreigon or to an extent. And I'm also going to, I want to take Thundurus. And I'm going to take Thundurus and Mawile to close out the game. Mainly because with these, I feel like I can hit just about anything my opponent has. If I feel a superpower coming my way or a Dazzling Gleam, I will switch Hydreigon out, given that it's probably my only method to deal with Heatran since I didn't bring Virizion. Those are my choices. I'm actually going to start the timer here, seeing as I am a bit pressed for time. Maybe the timer will get things going. But yeah, so my job here is to protect Hydreigon. I led with it because I feel like it handles most of my opponent's team effectively. Depending on what he opens with, as he opens Suicune and Raichu. Alright. Not bad here at all. I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb Raichu, and I'm not too sure what to do here. Given that I don't want to lose my. Actually, scratch that play. Icy Wind, and I'm gonna switch. Yeah, I'm gonna switch out into Thundurus here because he can fake out Thundurus. I don't mind. Thundurus can take a couple hits from just about any angle. That's perfectly fine by me. And I do need Hydreigon because I am fearing that he's got a Heatran in the back. Reason for Icy Wind is because I get the chip damage to Raichu, lower its speed, lower Suicune speed, and if Suicune goes for, he went for a Snarl, and it misses Gengar. It misses both my Pokemon, thankfully. Now imagine if I had brought Virizion in on that turn. That would have been a beautiful justified boost. Reason being is though, this turn I'm actually going to, I'm a Shadow Ball the Raichu because Shadow Ball hits more of his team as opposed to Sludge Bomb, and I am going to Thunderbolt Suicune. If Raichu does not protect, I should be just fine. Raichu is slowed. This Shadow Ball, hopefully he does switch out, as I thought he would, and perfect. I get the special defense drop as well. Connecting with the Thunderbolt beautifully. He does get his Tailwind off, though. I'm not too worried anymore, as another Shadow Ball will KO. But I'm actually going to paralyze Heatran. Reason being, if I paralyze Heatran, Mawile can come in, clean up the game. I don't think he'll switch in. I don't think he'll switch Raichu in. If he were to switch Raichu in, I'm not too worried in the first place, because this Heatran is going down this turn if it doesn't protect. And I am very safe, right now. At this moment, I'm in a very, very safe position as he does switch to Raichu in. Heatran does not protect. Going for the Heat Wave. That will not KO my Poke, as it does KO. Wow, a critical hit. Wow. As I do KO Heatran here, though, I'm not too worried anymore. Sorry about that if you guys hear some rustling there. The mic fell for a second. As I'm actually going to send out Mawile here. Because Mawile is probably the strongest Pokemon I have against him. And Mawile hits most of his team very, very hard. And as he opens with a Venusaur, okay, not bad, not bad at all. I do have some pressing concerns, but for the most part, it looks like I'll be able to handle this. As I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp the Venusaur, Mega Evolve, and Protect with Mawile. Mawile is very, very important to this matchup. I do wish he had not critted my Tornadus there, my Thundurus, because since he crit Thundurus, that kind of does put me at a disadvantage. And I really needed those Thunder Waves to get off. As he does go for the Fake Out, but he does Giga Drain Gengar. Very smart turn from my opponent. I'm now going to open with Hydreigon, and thing is, Choice Scarf Hydreigon might actually outspeed this Venusaur, so I'm not too worried, and I do think Raichu is in Sucker Punch KO range. Question is, what do I lock myself into? See, given that I haven't seen my opponent's entire team, I'm just going to lock myself into a solid Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse can't hit everything on my opponent's team. With Heatran gone, I can safely Dark Pulse the Venusaur. I'm going to Sucker Punch the Raichu. Raichu might Encore me now that I think of it, but this Dark Pulse again is faster than Venusaur. Should be. As the Sucker Punch fails, probably goes for the Encore, but now I'm locked in the Sucker Punch. I do get the Dark Pulse off, no flinch, and hopefully he poisons me. So now I'm fighting a timer. Essentially, I'm fighting a timer. I am locked in a Dark Pulse. I am faster. I will Sucker Punch the Raichu again. This does make it rather predictable for my opponent, though. It really does. Granted, I could be Dark Pulsing Raichu, or I could double up into Venusaur now with the Sucker Punches. I am locked into an Encore here, which is a problem for me. That's just something that disrupts your team. Like, Encores do disrupt. Like, you people love protecting here in VGC as the Sucker Punch does pick up the knockout. Dark Pulse, if it picks up a flinch, I'll be eternally grateful. And it does not. As my opponent's Tailwind did peter out a turn ago. Okay, so there's a chance I can win this. As my opponent's last two pokes are Suicune and Venusaur, I'm still locked in the Sucker Punch. So he's got a very good chance of winning. If he gets a Tailwind off, it's game. So I gotta hope this Sucker Punch hits Venusaur hard enough. I do have a chance of winning if Encore had ended that turn. I had a very good chance of winning because there's a good chance my Mawile outspeeds his Venusaur fails, but because he Scald and Sleep Powder, I'm assuming, as he gets the burn. And the Leech Seed, and there goes my match. I still had a chance of winning. It's just when locked into an Encore, that Encore really did pay off for him. Another thing I could have done was I could have Sucker Punched Venusaur and Dark Pulse. As I fell, as he goes for a Tailwind, there's really no need for the Tailwind when you got the Scald. All you had to do was get one Scald off, and you win. I don't know if my opponent's making that through. Really, you have the win condition at this point. There's not much I can do against you. And I feel like maybe, well, it's mostly my fault too. Knowing that he could have encored me, I should have just safely, knowing that, basically trying to figure out the play there, you know. I should have let him fake me out. That way he can't encore me into anything. And GG to my opponent. And now we're going to go into my old team. As usual, you know, we go 3 teams, 3 battles. And I should have let him fake me out. That way I could have came back with like an Iron Head and take out the Venusaur, Dark Pulse, the Raichu. Would probably been a better move, and that probably would have helped me win the game. As my opponent with another Raichu. These Raichus are becoming the bane of my existence, guys. I just don't like Raichu in general. Let's see, smart opening against my opponents here. Strongest openings, probably Sylveon is one I want to take. And I'm debating on the Tycachion, as I call him from time to time, Terrakion. But given that he has no Intimidators, that might be a choice card for Hydreigon right there. Most likely is, given this team. He's got a massive fighting weakness, though. So I do want to take Terrakion, but Terrakion I'm going to put in the back. As Sylveon, and I'm taking Salamence. I know he can Hidden Power Ice me, but he's got to fake out one of the 2 threats he's going to see. And with Salamence getting the Intimidate, I should be able to hit most of my opponent's team, as I will put Terrakion in the back. Terrakion is a very safe Pokemon to put in the back, and I will be taking. I really want to take Amoonguss. I feel like Amoonguss can do some work here, given that I got mostly anti-Heatran Pokemon, but the Talonflame is what's keeping me from bringing Amoonguss. So I would take Bisharp, but Bisharp is one of those Pokemon that are here and there with it, so I will be taking Zapdos instead, given that maybe in the late game I can pull off a Tailwind for the win. And most likely I will need that Tailwind as my opponent opens Kangaskhan, and okay, not the worst opening here at all. Reason being is Sylveon has Hidden Power Ground, and I'm going to Hidden Power Ground the Heatran. No Hyper Voice here. And I'm going to Mega Evolve, and Heatran might be able to like Flash Cannon me. I'm not too worried about what happens here, as I'm actually going to Double Edge the Kangaskhan. I might be faster, I might not be faster, but that Intimidate does make it so that Sylveon cannot be KO'd by Kangaskhan as he goes for the Fake Out. He is worried about this, but I'm going to go for the Double Edge and secure the knockout. Perfectly fine. He goes for the Flash Cannon, so he hates Sylveon. So he's worried about a Sylveon there. As I'm actually going to go into Terrakion here. Reason being is I can now like double protect and other things, and since Terrakion is faster than faster than Salamence, the following turn I could if he doesn't have the Raichu, okay, perfectly fine. Issue here is what to do. So I'm actually gonna Rock Slide in case he fakes out one of us and go for a Dragon Dance. If I can secure this Dragon Dance, I can almost secure the win entirely just from a Dragon Dance. So the Dragon Dance is very, very crucial here, given that I can outspeed most of my opponent's team. It's a debate what he's going to do. I'm going for the Rock Slide here, as he does fake out Salamence. Rock Slide does connect with both Pokemon, perfectly fine, as long as he didn't double target Salamence. That was actually probably the best turn I could have had, which is actually even better now, because now he's got to lock me into a Rock Slide. I am not in his Thunderbolt KO range. I might be in his Hidden Power Ice KO range, but you know, I'm going to protect for safety. Rock Slide should pick up the KO on Raichu. Once I KO Raichu, I am perfectly fine against his entire team. KOing Raichu is important here because he can attack Salamence. So Salamence gets to protect off. Rock Slide connects with both. Does knock out the Raichu. That's perfectly fine because now I get to Earthquake the following turn. His Flash Cannon does KO me though, which does suck. And I'm going to send out Zapdos next. Depending on who his last Pokemon is, I still have a chance of winning. I hope I have a chance of winning, as it is Hydreigon. So if it is not Choice Scarfed, I should win this battle. If it is Choice Scarfed, I lose in this battle. So for safety precautions, I'm just gonna, I don't know what I can do right now. I'm just gonna HP Ice. It's a complicated situation here. I would Earthquake because he is an Earthquake KO range, but I feel like maybe a double. I'm gonna double into Hydreigon. I'm just scared of Hydreigon. It might be a spec set as he protects. The Double Edge connects, picking up the knockout. That is perfectly fine. That was perfect of a turn as could be. It was not a Choice Scarf Hydreigon. If it was Choice Scarf Hydreigon, I more than likely would have lost this battle. So now I can safely Earthquake and Thunderbolt into the Heatran slot. I wanted to attack Heatran, but I feel that maybe Hydreigon was more of a threat. So doubling up into Hydreigon would have almost guaranteed me the win. If it wasn't Choice Scarf. If it was Choice Scarf, I pretty much would have lost that battle. Earthquake connecting, KOing the Heatran for the win. Alright, that was an exciting second battle there. And now let's look for one more battle with my new team consisting of Salamence, Ferrothorn, Rotom Wash, Sylveon, Terrakion, and Tornadus. The Tornadus is the golden gem of this team, hidden gem, Diamond in the Rough. And it is a very, very, very strong Pokemon to use. Granted, let's see, so I am outsped this match, but I do want to bring him, so I will put him in the back. Very strong Pokemon to bring in this matchup here. As I am actually going to open with Sylveon, looking at how good it hits my opponent's team. Sylveon just wrecks that team. Sylveon is a very strong open here. I don't want to open with Tornadus because he could easily flinch me with like a Togekiss, a Scarf Kiss, or maybe Draco Meteor me with the Noivern. So I'm actually going to open. I'm a little worried about a Heatran open. So I'm going to open with Sylveon Rotom Wash. Gives me plenty of coverage. Hits just about everything on my opponent's team very, very hard for at least 50%. I will be taking Salamence here because its coverage is amazing. And I am taking Tornadus given how good it is against the Mega Venusaur and my opponent's team if I can get one Icy Wind off. That is the goal. One Icy Wind and I pretty much fracture my opponent's team. As I could not ask for a better open. I'm going to Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt the Togekiss. This should pick up the knockout, and any switching will take a lot of damage. I couldn't ask for a better open actually, as I do get the Thunderbolt off. Togekiss does recover. Togekiss goes for a Tailwind. He goes for the Thunderbolt onto Rotom Wash. Not too worried though, as I barely missed out on the KO. That does suck, but I do get to Hyper Voice again. Should pick up KO on Sylveon. Assuming it doesn't though, I need to get rid of that Togekiss, so I'm gonna Thunderbolt. Hit me, hit me, because it does have Follow Me. Of course, my opponent could be using misleading nicknames, given that it is Showdown and people do like to mess with you with nicknames. They do it all the time. Like I feel like they try to get an unfair advantage. As he does Protect, he does Thunderbolt again, but I do pick up the. I am gonna get the Hyper Voice off, KOing his Rotom Wash, which is actually one of the bigger threats to my team. And by doing so, I'm actually stalling out these Tailwind turns. So because he's protecting with his own Togekiss, he's stalling out his Tailwind turns. As I'm actually going to Hyper Voice and Protect. He might actually use like a Follow Me. I'm not too worried once again though, given my team. I can very, very easily stall out his Tailwind and set up my own Tailwind because of the two Pokemon he has out there. I have a very high chance of setting up my Tailwind, stalling out his Tailwind. I will protect with Rotom Wash, as he does go for the Follow Me and the Flash Cannon. So in retrospect, I should have KO'd Togekiss that turn. I had no reason to protect, but I'm going to send out my own Salamence here and protect. I'm not Mega Evolving in case he does have he doesn't have Kangaskhan. That's right. He might have Mega Venusaur in the back. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve, Protect, and I'm gonna Thunderbolt. I'm actually, you know what? I have faith. I'm gonna Mega Evolve, Protect, and I'm gonna Hydro Pump the Heatran slot. It might not even Mega Evolve here. I mean, it might not even protect. He might protect Togekiss. He might not protect Togekiss. As he does not protect Togekiss. He does go for the Follow Me, hits the Flash Cannon. Am I going to land the Hydro Pump? I do connect to the Hydro Pump, KOing. I am in a and his Tailwind peters out. Okay, I am in a completely I am in 100% win condition right now at this moment. Reason being, he has Terrakion. Never mind, I thought it was Venusaur in the back. I spoke too soon. Oh no, oh no, oh no. My impression of the Family Guy guy. He can't KO me from any angle. So I'm actually going to Dragon Dance. Earthquake will KO both of them if I get the Dragon Dance off. And I can safely Hydro Pump either or. I feel as Firestar has not protected. I have not paid attention to whether or not it is faster than me. Well, if it hit Rotom first, did it hit Rotom first? If it is, it might just be a Choice Scarf Heatran here. So I'm actually going to Hydro Pump the Firestar. I might be wrong here, guys. It might not be Choice Scarf, but if it is Choice Scarf, this is going to cost my opponent the match. That does proc my Citrus. Flinch couldn't move. Hydro Pump does connect with the Heatran. Does not, barely misses out on the KO. Heat Wave does connect here. I'm not too worried. Granted, I'm in his Rock Slide's KO range. So I'm actually going to protect the Salamence. It is a bummer I could not get the Dragon Dance off. And I need one of these guys to go down because Tornadus is faster than both. I'm just going to leave it at that. Tornadus is faster than both. As I am going to go for the Thunderbolts onto the Firestar slot. I am protecting with the Salamence here. It does suck that I missed out on, that I flinched. If I hadn't flinched, I definitely would have the win. Rock Slide does connect. I'm not too worried because he is using Heat Wave. But Tornadus here should very, very easily help me pick up wins. I'm not too sure how much damage Icy Wind will do to that Heatran. I have no choice but to Earthquake. I can't Heat Wave. Icy Wind probably isn't a knockout. And this is a hard one, guys. Basically, I have to hope for a Rock Slide miss here. That flinch is gonna. I feel like it is gonna cost me the match, as my opponent did not bring Venusaur smartly here. I was expecting the Venusaur. If he did have Venusaur, I completely would have won. Yeah, I feel like I spoke way too soon because now I'm in a really, really tough predicament. My only hope here is maybe that I'm not 100% sure here. I know Icy Wind will not KO from that range. I'm just going to I have to hope. And I'm going to... What can I do? Well, I'm just going to Hurricane the Firestar here, as my two other moves won't pick up a KO from this range. Hurricane missing, yeah, as expected. Does pick up the knockout. And he connects the Heat Wave, yeah. I needed to take out Firestar in order to preserve my win condition there. I am very sad that I lost that battle. It does suck. It happens from time to time, guys. Again, flinches are a thing. It's something I'm not a fan of personally. That's one example of where the battle was still in my favor even at that point. But because of the flinch, even if I'd gone for an Earthquake that turn, the battle would have still been in my favor. It's just that flinch cost me the match. And that's usually all it takes sometimes. Just one flinch or one miss and you're golden. So, that it just happens in battles, guys. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. I should get a video up tomorrow. So thank you to everyone, and peace out. Have a nice weekend. I keep saying that. Can't emphasize that enough. Be sure to have fun. And I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for another battle. I keep repeating myself, and I'm doing that kind of just for entertainment purposes this time. Alright, thank you guys. Bye.